Hi there, I'm Heather, and this is my husband, Dr. Ron Llewellyn.
Welcome to Life Together.
A place where we share,
Laugh,
and try to provide helpful information on things like marriage,
relationships, mental health issues.
We've been married for 18 years.
We have 2 cats, no kids.
Yeah, so take any parenting advice with caution.
You know, in 18 years, we've been through a lot. We've learned a ton.
And we just want to share those lessons with you. So we hope you enjoy. Hello again. I'm Heather. This is Ron with Life Together. We're back again for another episode. Today we're going to be talking about, maybe you've heard of it. I think I had before. It's the Fundamental Attribution Error. Ron's going to kind of dive into this for us, but again, this is kind of dealing with relationships, not necessarily just your spousal relationship, but just people in general.
Let's talk about the fundamental attribution error for a second. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is it seems like as a nation we're more divided now than I've seen throughout my lifetime, and I'm sure there's been times when it's been as divided or more divided as this, but
I don't think in our lifetimes. I've never seen it like this before.
Really? You weren't around during Vietnam?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, so, and we have a media, and I'm not going to rant too much on the media, but I could rant on politics, I'll tell you that. We have a media and politicians that are trying to divide us into us versus them. The politicians do that because they get some benefit out of it. They get reelected if they can, bring a spark to their base, and the media does it for ratings. So, but anyways, one of the things that I've noticed, being a very conservative Christian, is I have substantially differing viewpoints from a lot of people that I see in therapy. Mm-hmm. And what's great about that is we can get along. Number one,
no.
Can you imagine that? You can actually get along with people you don't agree with?
No, you can't. You have to agree with everything, right?
And that's the great thing. Not that I sit there and talk politics or religion during therapy, because that's not the focus of it. But I think people can kind of garner what I'm about, and we can get along. And what I would encourage you, do you know people? If you were to go through your neighborhood or through your apartment complex or whatever and actually talk to people, do you think we're as divided as we're being led to believe?
No, I don't think so.
I don't either. I think you'll find you may not agree on everything, but all in all, people are, pretty cool.
Well, and I think it's also kind of what you said, is that there's this perception out there that if you don't agree with me, then we can't be friends.
Yeah.
But that's not really how reality is. Like, I don't think most people feel that way. There are probably some a-holes out there that do feel that way. But I would say the majority of people are civil and friendly towards most other people. And don't feel that you have to be exactly like me and think exactly like I think to be friendly with me. But I think that's something that politicians and the media sort of put out there.
Right. Well, so how do we pull this into, something really practical? We're talking about the fundamental attribution error, and I still haven't defined that.
You haven't defined that yet.
I haven't defined that.
Why don't you define that?
So just a real quick definition of what this theory is. The fundamental attribution error is really simple. We tend to attribute our behavior to the situation we're in. We tend to attribute other people's behavior to their personality. So the person speeding down the street is clearly a jerk because they're speeding, but if I'm speeding, it's because I ate a bit too much cheese and I got to get to the bathroom, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And see the situation versus the personality. And right. we do this frequently. So when I'm in therapy, what I typically tell people, or I ask people to do, I'll say, if your mind comes up with a quick rationalization as to the person's personality, that's fine, but you need to come up with 2 alternative beliefs about the situation that has to do specifically with the situation, not their personality. And you practice this every single day, because if you drive, you're going to have to practice it, every time you drive. There's always someone, right? There's always that jerk. There's always that, I'm kidding. There's always that person who's in a rush. There's always that person who's driving slow in the fast lane. Right?
But again, it's okay when I do it, but if it's someone else, it's because they're a jerk. But we all do that, right?
Yes, we all do that.
We all do it.
Right. And that's one of the things, if we look and analyze ourselves, we realize we're hypocrites. If we, because we've all made mistakes. We've all done stuff. We've all, drove terribly at one point or the other. And, so the basic premise of the exercise here is always develop 2 alternatives based on the situation. Practice it, because that's the way you're going to change a pattern of thought.
I don't know.
What's important here is to realize that these people who we've attributed some negative characteristic to, it's just a person who's made mistakes. They have kids, they probably have grandma or whatever. One of the things that always bothers me is the person at the store who parks their cart in the middle of the aisle. I have yet to come up with a legitimate reason why someone would be able or would do that. I have no idea. So if you can think of one, that'd be great. I've tried. Yeah.
Well, I'll just tell you, I think this guy was a jerk. But I'm going to come up with a different situation. So I was at the grocery store the other day, and young guy, probably, 30, big jacked up truck. He loads his groceries in his truck, and then literally took his grocery cart and just pushed it into the middle of the drive lane. And there was me and this older gentleman, we were next to each other putting our groceries in our car, and I turned and I'm like, really? Did I just say that? And so the older guy and I both walk towards to get the cart, and the older guy gets it first. I'm like, did he, really? Did he just, yeah, he just, so maybe he meant he was aiming for the cart thing that was way over there. I'm going to come up with something for that other than my thought that was, wow, what a jerk. I'm going to come up with something.
Okay, good luck. I don't know what you're going to do with that. But it's always good to give the benefit of the doubt to someone. So, and that's all I have to say on this. Is there anything else you have? So I think that's.
Gonna get there.
So just real quick, come up with 2 alternatives. Practice, because it's the only way you're going to change this automatic pattern of thought. And that's pretty much it. Real easy one today. Especially try to do this with your spouse if you're married, or your partner, or whatever. Be very patient, because there might be a legitimate reason, okay? So thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to put them in there. Follow the pages. I'll be linked on this video.
Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Yeah, thanks for tuning in again.
Bye.
See ya.